Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Joseph Dinesh, a Catholic commentator from Sydney, Australia. Today, I will be sharing Bishop Barron's reaction to President Trump's speech to the joint session of Congress along with my own commentary. What makes this particularly intriguing is how Bishop Barron draws a striking parallel between the liturgy of the Catholic Church and the ceremonial aspects of the president's address. He also offers thought-provoking insights on the deep political divisions he observed in the chamber. So we will be unpacking all of that today. So let's get started with the first clip.
Hey everybody, it's Bishop Barron. I'm still here in Washington, D.C., the day after witnessing the president's speech to the joint session of Congress. And I want to tell you about the whole day. It was an extraordinary experience. I came first over here to one of the House office buildings. We had a mass for members and for staffers. And it was a wonderful mass. About, 60 or so people came. And it was very moving to see these people dedicated to their government work, but also dedicated to the church.
I was genuinely surprised to learn that some Catholic members of the Congress attended Holy Mass on that day. And I see it as a truly hopeful and encouraging sign because it serves as a reminder that even those in positions of political authority tasked with upholding justice, peace, and the well-being of society still acknowledge their need for God's wisdom and strength in fulfilling their responsibilities. As Pope Benedict XVI wisely said, a good Catholic meddles in politics, offering the best of himself so that those who govern can govern. But what is the best that we can offer to those who govern? Prayer. Let's continue.
We then made our way over to the House, and we went to the Speaker's reception, which was quite extraordinary. So the Speaker of the House has a reception before the speech, and there were hundreds of people there. Everyone was there. I worked my way through the crowd, and I found myself face-to-face with RFK Jr. I see Ben Shapiro was there, and the representatives that I recognized kind of in a huddle, greeting people. Finally made it to Speaker's office, and that's Speaker Johnson, a very gracious guy.
So when Bishop Barron mentioned meeting the Speaker, I just got reminded that the Dean of College of Cardinals functions similar to the Speaker of the House of Congress. As the senior-most cardinal, he presides over meetings, particularly during papal transitions, ensuring order, facilitating discussions, and guiding key decisions. Much like the Speaker manages the debates and legislative processes. And did you know that the Speaker of the House is the third in line to the US presidency following the Vice President? The hierarchical parallels between church and state run deeper than we might think.
And I'm speaking now as a Catholic bishop. I know about ritual. I know about processions. I know about organizing an ordered body of people. And that's really what was going on. It was a kind of high liturgy of our democracy as the senators and representatives gather. And then the gavel is sounded, and in come the joint chiefs. And then in come the Supreme Court justices. In comes the president's cabinet in a kind of stately procession. And I'm like, yep, I get it. This is a liturgy of democracy. And then, of course, at the very end, just as the bishop or priest comes last to lead the prayer, well, then finally, the president of the United States comes in the chamber. So all that was, very interesting to see. And having watched these things for many, many years, to be there in the place was interesting.
Just as a Catholic procession follows a structured symbolic order, so does the State of Union address. The cross-bearer leading the way mirrors the sergeant at arms announcing the president. Acolytes resemble the officials and justices lining the chamber. Lectors and deacons carrying the gospel parallel the vice president and speaker standing behind the president. Priests, bishops, and cardinals follow in hierarchical order, much like cabinet members, senators, and representatives. If present, the Pope under a canopy is akin to the president standing at the podium, both representing the highest authority. These rituals, whether in the church or the state, reflect a deep sense of order, reverence, and leadership. Let's continue.
Now, at that point, here's what I first noticed. So as the president came in the room, the Republican side were all on their feet, cheering and clapping. I look over the Democratic side, everybody was simply seated, hands in their laps, not saying anything, not acknowledging the president's arrival. And I must say, it struck me as very strange. And I think, having watched a lot of these things on TV over the years, typically when the president comes in, well, the whole chamber, greet him. And sure, there's disagreements, but people would say, I'm recognizing the office of the president. So it was the first indication of something that was kind of off.
This is an important lesson for Catholics in how we respect positions of authority. We may not always agree with the Pope's style, decisions, or statements, but we must always respect the office he holds. Whenever Catholics are in the presence of the Pope, they should honor the position as the successor of Peter. Unfortunately, I see some radical traditionalists openly refer to Pope by name in a disparaging way and even make wild remarks about him on social media, which I find deeply disrespectful to both the office of the papacy and the See of St. Peter. Disrespecting authority, whether in church or government, only fuels division and weakens the very institutions meant to serve the people.
The point where the president now is the young kid who had brain cancer and he made him an honorary member of the Secret Service. It was just kind of this touching moment. His dad lifted him up on his shoulders, and he wasn't far from where I was sitting. And, everyone's cheering, and then I'm coming the Democratic side, and not one reaction. And I thought, all right, we're not even talking politics anymore. We're just talking about a kid that's being, acknowledged.
At times, when we become consumed by ideology or personal resentment, we risk losing our sense of humanity, allowing emotions to override reason and acting in ways that deep down we might not even agree with, but feel powerless to resist. Political division has made this more apparent than ever. I have no doubt that many Democrats, if they were judging the moment objectively, would have wanted to stand and applaud for DJ, the young boy, recognizing his courage and the uplifting nature of his story. Yet, their hatred for Trump seemed to take precedence, preventing them from even a simple act of appreciation. This is a dangerous effect of unchecked animosity. It blinds us, making everything a battlefield where even moments of joy and inspiration become casualties of political division.
My point is, I'm not an apologist for Donald Trump, but I am an apologist, I guess, to American democracy. And this high liturgy was going on, and it was interrupted in a way that I found disturbing. And the sharp division was so on display, you could see it. I think he spoke for an hour and 45 minutes. So granted, it was a long speech, but I think about half the Democratic side had left the chamber before the speech was over, which I thought, again, was a sign of disrespect.
The renowned gospel singer and writer Bill Gaither once reflected on audience reaction, saying, "After a show, some people may come and tell me that they do not like the music, the lyrics, the performance, the lighting, or the sound. But occasionally, there are those who display such deep hatred that they can't acknowledge even one good thing about the show." This highlights a deeper reality. Anger and hatred can blind us to truth and distort our judgment. As St. Thomas Aquinas wisely put it, the cardinal sin of wrath is when anger has gone beyond the control of reason.
So, I'm trying to sum up the experience. I loved it. And I'm so grateful again to Representative Moore for inviting me. It was a splendid evening just to be part of it and to see this thing that I watched on TV for 8 years and to see the whole government display there. But at the same time, I saw something that disturbed me. This division, this trouble within the body politic. It's a kind of wound that I hope, we can all work together to heal. But God bless you and keep praying for us.
When drafting the Constitution, the Founding Fathers placed such great emphasis on the balance of power that they split equally among the judiciary, the executive, and the legislative. Because the founders knew only the balance of power will prevent tyranny, uphold accountability, and safeguard individual freedoms. This is the reason why we need a strong and functional opposition to keep the ruling party in check. So, the Democratic Party must shift away from politics fueled by hatred and outrage and break free from extreme leftist ideologies, distance itself from radical woke policies. Instead, it should embrace common sense, rational discourse, and policies that align with the values of majority of Americans. America needs a strong Democratic Party, one that is also grounded in reason. After all, a healthy democracy thrives on a strong yet sensible opposition. To close, I want to leave you with the final verse of the US national anthem, a reminder of what America is supposed to be. "Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave over the land of the free and the home of the brave." I hope this video is helpful. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. God bless you.